Hey, federal employees, the bottom line up front is we have good news. Shutdown-related layoffs are on ice. Yesterday, a federal judge issued a preliminary injunction that stops agencies from issuing new shutdown-driven RIF notices and blocks them from moving forward on shutdown-driven notices that already went out. Practically, that tolls the clock. No separations may happen under those shutdown RIFs while the order is in place. So read the order for yourself at fedlegalhelp.com/RIF order. Here's what this means in plain English. If your RIF notice was tied to the October shutdown, your countdown is paused and agencies can't take steps to make that RIF effective for now. This protection applies anywhere the plaintiff's unions have members in the program, project, or activity, or competitive area, even if not everyone there is in a recognized bargaining unit, or even if recognition changed under recent executive orders. The court made that explicit so the agencies can't carve around the injunction. There are two important carve-outs. First, if your RIF notice was issued before October 1st, 2025, i.e. not a shutdown RIF, right, this order wouldn't cover it. Second, the judge flagged three places: Interior, the Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights, and the USPTO, where she'll hold evidentiary hearings about whether those RIFs were truly shutdown related. For now, they're covered, but that could change after the hearings. So what did the judge actually order agencies to do? Well, they need to stop issuing shutdown-driven RIF notices, stop administering or implementing any shutdown-driven notices already issued, and file an accounting by November 4, 2025, where shutdown RIFs are planned or sent. They also need to file declarations within 10 business days describing compliance. The plaintiffs have to post a $10 bond by November 4. Now, why did the court do this? Well, first, the court found that the unions are likely to win under the Administrative Procedure Act. The record showed mass RIFs rolled out amid a shutdown with widespread errors, HR offices riffing themselves, notices sent to inaccessible work emails, and benefits retirement guidance unavailable because the very people who handle them were furloughed. The judge called the picture chaotic and said that the rollout looked hasty and arbitrary. Second, the court pointed to evidence that the RIF push targeted programs not consistent with the president's priorities, coupled with the public statements about punishing Democrat-oriented programs, classic impermissible partisan motivation in agency action. That, the court said, is the epitome of arbitrary and capricious decision-making. Third, on the law, the court said that OMB and OPM lacked authority to greenlight shutdown RIFs to treat a funding lapse as if statutory mandates evaporate. Agencies are creatures of statute. A shutdown doesn't cancel Congress's commands. The order explains that the cited RIF regulation about shortage of funds does not authorize converting a temporary lapse into mass layoffs. Fourth, irreparable harm. Losing your job and your health coverage during a shutdown isn't something back pay can later fix, and the downstream public impacts from mass separations are severe. That's why preserving the status quo serves the public interests. Here's a quick thing you can explain to anyone who might be wondering what this means, the change. What was previously a TRO to become a preliminary injunction. A TRO is a stop sign, an emergency just for now. This case had a TRO on October 15th that halted shutdown RIFs for covered employees. A preliminary injunction is the next step, still before a final decision, but it lasts longer and issues only after full briefing and a hearing. When the judge finds you're likely to win, the harms are irreparable and the equities favor you, and that the public interest supports relief. That's what happened here after yesterday's hearing. Bottom line, if your notice ties to the shutdown, your clock is paused. Agencies can't push those separations, and they owe the court an accounting by November 4th. Use this breathing room. Keep copies of your notice in the emails. Ask HR in writing whether your notice is told under the injunction or paused and what your status is. Confirm your retention data. If you get missed signals, like being told to attend a RIF meeting, respond in writing, and be smart about this. If this has helped you, please tap share so your colleagues see it. Comment with your thoughts, what you're seeing, and any questions you have. Also, tell us what HR has said about tolling or the paused nature of this. We'll keep translating the filings, and we'll shout out the updates from the November 4th deadline. So please let us know if you have any other questions about this so we can address it in future updates. Otherwise, thank you everybody for your support. Take care. This is good news. Have a great day.